June was a crazy month. It was so busy for endurance racing and just racing as a whole. Obviously, endurance racing took the heat, as we had the legendary Spa 24 Hours and obviously Le Mans. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting to July, to be honest, and sort of getting my calendar sorted for that, because it's a bit of a return to a bit back to the norm and that sort of stuff, really. You know what I mean, mate?
Three will be the next question.
Conquered the month of June for the endurance, but we are going back to July, where there's a bit more variety and sort of a bit more to watch in terms of an actual spectacle from like this sort of series there. But it's no less busy for the month of July, so let's sort of look into the calendar and some of the biggest events, in my opinion, over the next 4 weeks. Kicking off on the 4th, we have a Saturday and Sunday sizzler at the British Grand Prix. Yes, it is a sprint race for the 4th and the 5th, so both of them are race days, but we also have Formula E at China for the first race, and they have a race 2 on the 5th as well. So they do a sort of like a double header for both kind of thing. That sort of stuff. We also have European Le Mans Series, where these guys are back in action, air racing for the Imola 4 hours. And we have IndyCar at Mid-Ohio, where it could be the Polo show once again, if he doesn't mess it up like he done last year, to allow Scott Dixon to claim a victory. As well as NASCAR, they return to Chicagoland for the first time in quite a while. We go to the second weekend on the 12th, we have the World Endurance Championship 6 Hours of Sao Paulo, where we'll see how badly Toyota have been hit with their BOP. After their Le Mans victory. Going back to last year, Cadillac took their only victory of the year here with a 1-2 finish, even though they had pretty favourable BOP, as we knew at that time. Thanks, Weck, for messing that one up. But Ferrari was still off the pace because the BOP hit because of Le Mans, so it'll be interesting if that's a factor as well. But if you know anything, if anyone can overcome the advantages of stuff like that and disadvantages and all that sort of stuff, Toyota is the team to do it, because they've hit BOP the worst really over the last 2 years, but they've always been winning races, at least one race win a year. So they just show why they're the best, really. We also have IMSA at CMTP, where it'll be only an LMP2 and GT affair really, which should be very interesting. I've not really watched a race around there, period, so it'll be interesting to see if I can watch that and stuff like that as well as NASCAR's second date at Atlanta. Can Tyler Reddick defend his win of earlier on this year, or will Chase Elliott go back to back with this actual date from last year? Then on the 19th, we have Formula 1 at Spa, such an iconic track. Honestly, Formula 1 at Spa is just perfect. You don't need to mess with it, but they have, because they decided to change this race and sort of move it in with Barcelona. Such a stupid decision, and I hate that for a fact. And whenever it gets mentioned, it really annoys me and just gets me going, because I hate that it's a reality. Because Spa's a beautiful track. It's one of the 6 tracks that you should have on the Formula 1 calendar every year. As Barcelona, it's a good track, but it's not that. It's a good test track, but like Paul Ricard as well. But yeah, that's a different case and a different day for another video. But we also have NASCAR at North Wilkesboro, which will be interesting, and yeah, another points race at Wilkesboro. Well, it's good for them. Then on the last weekend, the 25th and the 26th, we have the MSV Cup cars at Snetterton, Formula E at Tokyo. That's another double header as well, with British Touring cars at Thruxton as well there. Then also on the Sunday, we have Snetterton's USA 300, which, to put it sort of politely and in a good sort of sense, it is like Snetterton Circuit's celebration of American racing. There were some NASCAR trucks, some old like American old cars, which eventually what would be NASCARs in that sort of sense, and just a big American vibe. And they do play music at that event, which they don't do normally around the paddock sort of way, and I really enjoy that. It brings a different atmosphere and it's really good. Like when I went last year, I was telling my good old mate at Nina's Racing Secrets, Nina, she hasn't actually been to this event, I don't think, but it is a good sort of track and a good way to sort of get people interested into horizons outside of just UK motorsport as well. So I really do enjoy this as a whole, and it sort of means I can sort of nerd out on American stuff without feeling like a bit of a foreigner at the events and stuff like that. So I enjoy that for my sake, but it's just such an untapped market for this country in Pacific in UK, and it's like a different world, so I do enjoy it for that much as well. And we do have the big event of BTCC at Thruxton, the series fastest track as well on the Sunday, obviously, as well. Also Formula 1 at Hungary, the Twisty Hungara Ring, where you have to sort of be on pole or qualify well to get a good result. It's known as Monaco without the walls for a very good reason. And yes, Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton will be hoping not to repeat last year where they had a horrific day, really. I think Max Verstappen finished 8th and Lewis Hamilton 13th or something. It was a horrendous day, but the way things are trending for them, hopefully they have a bit better. Lewis more than Max, but they're both doing better at this stage of the game than where they were last year in terms of their car performance relative. The third annual NASCAR Brick 400 at Indianapolis. This has been the third year after they brought it back, after they raced on the road course briefly between 21 and 23, but they're back on the oval, and I love that so much. It's one of NASCAR's golden sort of races as well, up there with Daytona, Talladega, Bristol, Pocono as well. It's you need races like that on the calendar to sort of prove your worth as well, I think, which is why if you can ever get a chance to go back to races like this, it is good to have those classic races on the calendar, similar to my point about Spa a minute or two ago with the Formula 1 race there. So you just need it on there because that's what the sport was when it first started, kind of thing. NASCAR less so at Indy because they started in '94, but you get the gist. Well, obviously it's a big part of the history of the series, so you need that because it sort of protects the history of it, and it becomes part of the series almost, not even part of the family, but just part of the series. But I really love that, and like I said at the start of the video, we've got a very varied month ahead of us in July, and it's quite good after all of the endurance, and yeah, I feel quite sleep deprived myself, so hopefully I can get back to a bit of a normal sleep schedule. So I might be missing the Formula E at China and Tokyo, we'll see about that depending on what times the races are and stuff, but I'm just looking forward to it because there's a bit more action and stuff like that, and some other races that I'm really looking forward to watch as well. So yeah, it's just fun to watch, and yeah, hopefully I can get back at Snetterton as well, because well, I do miss that place now after it being officially over a month, so I do miss that place, so I'm looking forward to this in July. But what is your favourite motorsport series that's going to race in July? Is it one of these that I've mentioned today, or is it something different? Maybe it's motorbikes or something like that. What is your favourite thing about motorsport that you're looking forward to in July? Please let me know, and please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy this content.